2.
Hello everyone, it's Ishan Vivek from your kayak channel. Today we'll be talking about the Vibe 13T tandem boat from Vibe, of course, as you know. We'll be beginning up from the bow, which is the front, and the stern, which is basically in the very back part. And now we will be starting up with all the basics that we have. And if you're ready, let's begin. So firstly, as you can see, what we first have is scupper plugs. We basically have 13 scupper plugs inside the boat. They're a little bit hard to put in, but you can, after you get the hang of it. The first one in the front, which is only in the front, is basically an unscrew mechanism. You just unscrew it and there'll be water inside. It's for in case if your boat has water coming inside, this is the one to take out the water. As you can see, moving through, it has 4 Tandem grip handles, very comfortable in rubber, and will unscrew at some point. You'll have to screw it back. Moving elsewhere, we also have a bungee, which is very small, but will serve a purpose for small things. Well, you can figure out what to put in there, and it will though get a bit loosened, but it'll be good for now. What else moving through the boat is other scupper plugs. As I told you, these are the other 12. They're more to the boat. Here you just basically lift them up. Don't rip them, be careful, but it's pretty easy to go put it back in. To put it back in, you might want to add some Vaseline, but it's okay if you don't. First thing, you push it in and then screw it in a bit. That'll be a little bit hard, but you'll get the hang of it, okay? So as we move through the boat, it also has 4 gear tracks, which can fit yak attack, which I'll be showing you now how to put the yak attack on. The yak attack is basically a rod holder. There are many other kind of yak attack products, like basically, like Anchor. I would say they have wheels. They also have, I think, fish finders. They have many things, so you can put. Now, as going into the yak attack product, as you noticed, if you want to put this down, you basically unscrew this. This goes down. It takes some screw, then you can put it down. It's made in the USA, so that's nice. Okay, and we will though show you it in a few minutes. Let's continue though with the boat. Firstly, it comes with foot pegs, which are for tandem. We suggest you put it only in the back, because when we talk to an expert, they say the ropes in the front will snap. So put in the back, it depends. And we suggest get it from a person, because we got it at Shell Beach Point. And here it also, that guy said that you cannot put it in the front, and the foot pegs are pretty good. We suggest you get it from them because they'll tell you useful information, and don't forget, they would also set up the rudder for you if you use it or not. You can adjust them, that's a nice thing. We have adjusted to 2 hours. And as you can see in the back, we've actually put the rudder here. I'll show you that in a minute. Firstly, back at the front, we have a tiny console. You can put some small lures, just so they won't be dangling in the boat and get caught. That's a nice thing. And these feeling grips are like, I don't know exactly, but let's say if your leg can be here, nice grip. This is basically, we say, Scotty mount. It also has in the back Scotty mount and also a tiny cup holder. The front one is a bit more better because it's in a console kind of shape. It's like with more walls than in the back, which is more like shorter and stubby. So you can use it any side. So then also coming up, it comes with patches. You just twist the side to open it, basically. And you could take out the cover if you were to take it out. You could put noodles, or you just see the bare body of the boat. Well, to take it out, we're showing another video. As you can see, also on the boat, it has some Vibe comfortable grip handles. As we're moving, you are wondering, what are these blue things, right? Well, you're wondering what these are. They're basically this. Pool noodles, if you're wondering, with zip ties on. These basically help stabilize the seats if they fall into the water with bungees. The seat though comes with bungees, but if they break, the seat will float. Very comfortable. You can adjust it into any position just with these straps. That's a nice thing. Also, it has a tackle box spot to keep your tackle box things. It has a up. And on the 2019 and 2020 version, it also had tabs with seats, unlike the back, which has none. I'll see also, as it has for most of the versions, is these gear tracks. They're very important. You can keep your yak attack stuff, which we'll show you in a minute, as we told you. And what else we have is, as we keep moving to the boat, tackle block, rudder setup. They have bungees here to tie it up. Same thing almost as the front, except no console to keep your lures. And in the front, it'll be more for your legs good. Let's say if I were to step into this boat, it's like more not to go into the middle. But if I were to go into the back, let's say, it'll be like you can step into the middle. So that's a nice thing. It's okay, I would say. You will though get water in the cup holders. As you can see, you have Scotty mount cup holder, as we told you. You have a hat, quarter turn relay hat, we showed you earlier in the video. Bungee, if you're doing it solo, we'll show you that in a minute, how to do that. So, as you can see also though, before we show you that, is it has paddle bungee. That's a nice thing also about this boat is, you can just bungee your paddle in. Let's say if you're not using it, you can bungee it in. But for starters who aren't going to do any fishing, bungee into this tackle box area. Because this is a bit more looser and won't be too tight. Well, it's your decision. You can choose anything you want. As you can see, we have opened this cover box. There are different kinds. That one in the front we showed you. Here is for draining of water inside the boat. This one is for if water comes on top of the boat, so it's less wet. Your boat will go be wet. There's no way. We suggest don't open it in the front because it will not be good. Anyways, water will go splash somehow into the back. So we open them in the back, basically. So you can make your decision, basically. For solo, we'll jump now to solo. Please, one rule, do not put the noodles on both seats unless they are super thick. Because if you put them, let's say if I were to put the seat, I would have to put these down. So if you don't put the rudder, I put this down. And this practically starts to like resting, I would say, on this, and that's not very good. This could easily break.
So are you saying if you use the Vibe in solo, then your back seat rudder setup or the entire boat's rudder setup will not be available for the paddler?
Yep, that is correct. No rudder, that means, well, normally I don't see that many people put the rudder on, depending if you do. Well, it's okay, even if you don't, it'll be a bit easier to steer. The back you could put easily because it has no noodles on. These are the bungees again. You have a big spot if you put it here. Moving more to the boat, as you can see, we have rod holders in the back. We also have tackle box, almost a bit of the same thing in the front. Yak tack in the front, but it won't be that good because it's super close to the back person. Rudder, I'm going to show you that in a minute, how to put down the rudder and how to do it. By the way, there are two kinds of rudders. You can have the non-Blixby one. Blixby motor is basically a motor, which is like almost as much as this kayak, but it's super easy to set up.
When you say almost much, in what way it is almost much?
It's the same price as this. The same price as this Vibe Tandem 13T. And
what is the cost?
$1,000 basically as the same Vibe if you were to get a Vibe.com. And one thing, please get it when you see it. Any kayak, if it's tandem, because depending if it's tandem, they will lose stock. We had to wait like 4 months if we were going to get it. They have
so the demand is more, is what you're saying? Okay.
So much demand. It's too much. As you can see, Phantom grip handles, rod holders. Some do come with covers and some do not, but that's really not a major thing to worry about, everyone. Don't worry. And by the way, as you can see, we've chosen the orange color. A lot of people choose blue, I've noticed, but you should just choose orange because if you were ever on a life-saving situation, blue cannot be seen by the ocean or lake. So, but orange can basically easily be seen.
So yellow is a good visible color.
Or orange, yes.
In a blue water, is that what you're saying?
Right. Bungee, it's pretty big. You have to have though a correct sized crate. What I mean is you cannot have these big giant crates like what you normally have. You have to have a kayak special small crate. Doesn't matter if it's kayak also, just needs to be small. Not too big, not too small. It should fit perfectly into this.
What year model is this?
2020 basically, and 2021 will come out soon. But the thing is though, with the 2020 and 21 or 2019, it doesn't matter. All of these kayaks have some upgrades due to it. 2020 doesn't have that many upgrades. They're almost like a bit of the same thing. The only thing is with 2020, you do not have any journey paddles coming with it. So you have to pay for your own paddles. But that just means the cost is lower. Normally it's $80 more for cheap old journey paddles, but now it's less to 1,000, as you know. So as you see, it has bungee, pretty small. All you have to do is to take it off as these clips are there. You just take this off, slide it through these rings, and you have the bungee off, and you have a big storage spot to keep any kind of crate. Don't put the seat too much back because you will hit it. Now coming up, there's handles, and you're wondering what this ribbon is. Well, ribbon is basically a string or something which will indicate that you're having a big load on your car, bigger than your car. So this will be good so you don't get a ticket. So you should put it on. This is the rudder. Now we're going to talk about the rudder. And as you can see, you can do tandem. The nice thing is they actually have a rudder pin.